Zayn, what were you thinking? The former One Directioner just threw some major shade at his newly reunited girlfriend Gigi Hadid, and I am not happy about it. Here's a little pro tip for you, Zayn Malik. If you just got back together with your supermodel girlfriend, you probably shouldn't shade her during interviews. I'm no relationship expert, that just kind of seems like an obvious. As you guys know, I'm Madison Hill. Let's get right into that Zayn Malik shade now, shall we? Zayn Malik recently sat down with GQ, and man, did he really not hold back when it came to Gigi Hadid. Zayn started the shade by basically completely hating on the Met Gala, something he attended with Gigi in the past, and then proceeded to totally discount what his girlfriend does for a living. Zayn told GQ, quote, "The Met Gala is not necessarily anything that I ever knew about or was about, but my former stylist would say to me, this is really good for you to do, and no matter how strong you are mentally, you can always be swayed to do certain things." Wait for it, the shade is coming, people, I promise. Zayn continued saying, quote, "Now, it's not something I would go to. I would rather be sitting at my house doing something productive than dressing up in really expensive clothes and being photographed on a red carpet." Here comes the kicker. Zayn finished up saying, quote, "To do the self-indulgent, look at me, I'm amazing thing on the red carpet, it's not me." It might not be you, Zayn, but dressing up in expensive clothes and having people look at them is basically the only thing in Gigi's job description. And for those of you who think I'm reaching with the whole Zayn shading Gigi situation, he realized his wrongdoing because he then went on to try and cover his tracks, although in my opinion, the damage had already been done. Zayn tried to fix his mistake saying, quote, "I get it, and I understand that people gain enjoyment from it." He then proceeded to praise Gigi for her look at the Met Gala this year, saying, quote, "G stole the night though, the stained glass on her dress, everyone else just put a cross on." That's a nice thing to say, Zayn, but I don't think it will totally get you out of the doghouse, especially because later on in the interview, he said that him and Gigi are, quote, "adults and don't need to put a label on their relationship." Now, it is worth mentioning that Gigi wasn't the only one on the receiving end of some serious shade from Zayn, so were his former One Direction bandmates. Because Zayn basically discounted everything they ever did together, and he pretty much despises all of them. When the interviewer asked Zayn about his 1D days, he said, quote, "My vision didn't necessarily always go with what was going on within the band." He then went on to imply that him and the rest of One Direction were, quote, "wholesomely dweeby," and that he didn't enjoy traveling the world looking not cool during that time of his life. See what I mean now when I said Zayn did not hold back from the shade? He was giving it out like candy, don't you guys think? What was your reaction to Zayn shading Gigi and then trying to cover his tracks? While you're at it, tell me what you thought about his diss towards One Direction. Talk it all out down there in the comments. For more Gigi and Zayn news, check out our story on how they're working on their trust issues, and for more on celeb relationships, subscribe to Hollyscoop now.